I seriously cannot imagine a year in my life without having this little piece of plastic in my hand. This has honestly given me so much joy, so much excitement throughout my life, and I just cannot imagine not having it. I am a huge advocate for Merlin Annual Pass, and today I'm going to be explaining to you exactly why you should be going and getting a Merlin Annual Pass and all the benefits that you get by having one. But before I do, let me introduce myself. A big hello from me. My name is Sam, and I post lots of theme park, Disney, lifestyle and travel content. So if you like that kind of thing, make sure you're going and hitting that subscribe button. But Merlin Annual Pass has been a part of my life since at least 2009. That's the first time I remember having an annual pass. I've always been going to theme parks before that, but from 2009 we started getting an annual pass year on year on year, and it definitely is something that genuinely means so much to me. It's basically my passport to endless adventure, and that is exactly what a Merlin Annual Pass is. But today I'm going to be explaining to you exactly why you need to get an annual pass, all the benefits of it, and some prices and kind of facts and information. So make sure you've got a notebook at the ready, because this is going to be quite an informative video. I'm going to be sharing so much with you, but also go and make sure that you have got a drink, make sure you've got a snack, because I feel like it could be quite a lengthy one and there's going to be a lot of information thrown at you. So make sure you're prepared. But without further ado, let's go and crack on with why you need to get a Merlin Annual Pass in 2024. Let's go. So what is a Merlin Annual Pass, I hear you say? And that is a great question, because Merlin themselves actually say that a Merlin Annual Pass is your key to unlocking a world of epic for you and your family. And that is exactly what a Merlin Annual Pass has done for me and my family. We are able to now go to the UK's top 29 attractions in the UK, and that literally fits our family. If you're a family who loves adventure, you love going to theme parks, you love visiting lots of different attractions in the UK, especially if you're going on holiday, visiting other parts of the country, a Merlin Annual Pass is perfect for you. Now, with a Merlin Annual Pass, you get access for 364 days of the year, depending on what pass you get, but we'll talk about that later, to some of the UK's best attractions. Now, I think personally it gives you access to the 4 best theme parks in the UK. That's Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, Chesington World of Adventures, and also Legoland Windsor. So you get 364 days access to them 4 theme parks. But it doesn't stop there. You can also go and use your Merlin Annual Pass at Warwick Castle, the Dungeons attractions, Shrek's Adventure, all the different sea lives, Bear Grylls Adventure, Madame Tussauds. Like, honestly, the list goes on. There are so many different attractions that you can use your Merlin Annual Pass with, and that's what makes it so perfect. For us, we're a family who love adventure. We love going out for our weekends. We love going and doing different things. And there's such variety with a Merlin Annual Pass that you can do whatever you want. And it doesn't really matter the age of your family. Like, we are a much older family in terms of, like, we're all like teenagers, adults. Whereas if you're younger families, it suits you. Like, the attractions are so kind of versatile. You can go and literally go to these different attractions and they will suit everybody. So I honestly love a Merlin Annual Pass for that reason. There is so much that you can do, and you get, you know, your 364 days worth. It's only Christmas Day that isn't valid. But again, we'll talk about the different types of passes that you can get. But a Merlin Annual Pass, there is such variety, and that's what makes it so amazing. Now, like I mentioned, a Merlin Annual Pass can give you up to 364 days access to the UK's biggest and best attractions. However, that does depend on what type of pass you get. And in this segment of the video, I just want to explain the different types of passes that you can get. Now, what I'm going to say is that they range in price. Some of them do seem very, very expensive, some seem a lot cheaper, and they do offer you different things. There's restrictions depending on what pass you get. Now, as you know, I've got a gold pass. This works perfect for me and my family. However, for you and your family, you might find that a pass that's like a discovery pass might work well for your family, or, you know, a platinum pass might work well for your family. So you get different perks depending on what pass you get, and I'm going to explain and break down each different pass that there is. I'll explain it all. I'll put down the restriction calendars, the different perks you get. So let's go and start off with the first pass. Now, the first pass is a discovery pass. Now, this is £99. There isn't a monthly subscription option for this one, and this one only gives you access during off-peak times. So that's why it's a lot cheaper. You can only go like weekdays. You can't go during school holidays, things like that. So the restriction calendar is quite limited. You get access for just over 200 days. So that's kind of how it works with the Discovery Pass. Now, the Discovery Pass doesn't really have any benefits in terms of you don't get free parking, you don't get discounts, that kind of thing. It's kind of just a very, very basic pass if you're able to go and visit the theme parks during the off-peak season. Now, this is perfect for some people. The theme parks are nice and quiet during off-peak, so if that works for you, definitely go and get yourself a Discovery Pass. It works really, really well. Next pass up from the Discovery Pass is the Silver Pass, and the Silver Pass is great because it gives you over 295 days access to the UK's biggest and best attractions. Now, with this pass, it's better because you're able to now go and visit during most peak dates. You get lots of weekends included, you get your most school holidays included, but the biggest downside for this one is that it doesn't include the month of August. Now, again, this will work for some people, not having August. It also doesn't include that week of October half term where you have all the Halloween events going on and that kind of thing. So, you know, you got to weigh it up with this one. It's a very, very good pass. You also this time get 10% off on your food, drink and merchandise, which is great, which is something that you didn't get with the Discovery Pass. It doesn't include free parking. You do have to pay for your parking every time you go and visit the park, but the Silver Pass is good for the fact that you now get quite a few more days included. You get a lot of the peak dates. So again, look at the restriction calendar, see what dates you'd be able to go to the park and see if a Silver Pass would work for you. But for this pass, you actually can go and pay for it monthly, which is great. So if you're paying for it monthly, it costs £39.99 as a joining fee, and then you're in a 12-month contract where you pay £11.99 per month, obviously per pass. Or you can go and just pay it outright. The annual pass is £169 for a Silver Pass. But think about it, you get 295 days of entry, which is perfect. So next pass up on our list is the Gold Pass. This is the one that I have. I absolutely love my Gold Pass. It works so perfectly with me and my family. I absolutely love it. This one gives you over 340 days entry to the UK's biggest and best attractions, and this time you actually get free parking, which is really, really great because, you know, parking is quite expensive at these parks. If you're paying every time you're visiting, it does really, really add up. So the fact that we get free parking is a big benefit to us. It also really, really works because you get this time £5 off fast track vouchers. So if you're at the park and it's really busy, you can go and use a voucher to get £5 off their fast track packages, which is great. And also this time, instead of the 10% discount, you now get 20% discount on food, drink and merchandise, which I absolutely love. Now, the main exclusions with this pass is that you don't get your bank holidays included, and you don't get the special events, like for example like Alton Towers fireworks and things like that. You don't get them special events included with it. But other than that, this pass is perfect. It works amazingly for us. In terms of the price for this pass, it costs you can do it monthly, where it's a £49.99 joining fee and then £16.99 a month, or you can just go and pay for the pass just straight up and it's £239 for the year. So that's the Gold Pass. Again, I think the main benefits are the free parking and now the 20% discount. It really, really makes a difference with the Gold Pass, and there's not many exclusion dates, which is just amazing. So that's why I absolutely love my Gold Pass. Now, the very final pass that Merlin offer is the Platinum Pass, and this is the most expensive pass, but this one does give you your 364 days access to the UK's biggest and best attractions. There is no exclusion dates with this one. The only exclusion really is that if the parks or one of the attractions are going and doing an exclusive event where you have to pay extra for, you would be required to pay the extra money for it. So I've not really known of the parks doing that for a very, very long time, but yeah, if there's the park that's ever doing anything that you have to pay extra for, like a special event which has a special added on price, you'd have to go and pay for that. It's not included with that. But you also, this one, get your free parking, you get your fast track vouchers still, you get your 20% discount on food, drink and merchandise, and also with this one you get a Coca-Cola Freestyle Cup, which is for like a drinks vessel that you can go and get refills at the park, but you still have to pay for the refills. You go get 2 refill vouchers, that's 2 times that you can go and refill your cups for the day, but then after that you need to go and reactivate your cup each time like any other guest and pay that price. So it's kind of a perk because you're getting something free, but it's not a free drinks whilst you're there kind of thing. It's just for 2 visits that you get your free drinks. But a Platinum Pass I think is perfect if you're somebody who's going to the theme parks, you know, every single weekend. Maybe you're brand new to Merlin Annual Pass and, you know, you've not done the attractions and every weekend you want to keep going back. For us, we don't go and get the Platinum Pass just because we don't think we'd make the use out of it. But in terms of costs for the Platinum Pass, it costs for per month, it's £59.99 joining fee and then £21.99 per month. You're in a 12-month contract, or the annual pass is £299 per person. So, you know, it is an expensive pass. But actually, for the Platinum Pass, you need to be somebody who's going to the parks all the time. Like, you are obsessed with going to the Merlin attractions, and I think it's definitely for you. You could easily get your money's worth if you're you know, if you're committed to go into the Merlin attractions as much as you possibly can. You've got lots of free time to go and use it. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is the fact that you can also go and get lots of other perks, and these perks can be either at the attractions themselves or perks for companies outside the attractions, and I'll explain what I mean by this. It's a bit complicated, but first of all, I'm going to start off with the perks that you can get at the attractions, and this can include things like discounts on VIP packages if you're wanting to do like a coaster climb or like an animal encounter at Chesterton World of Adventures or the Sea Life. Like, you can get discounts on that depending on your pass type. You can get discounts on your restriction day tickets. So for example, imagine you've got a silver pass and you wanted to visit Alton Towers fireworks. They will be a lesser price because you've got a Merlin Annual Pass. So even though it's restricted and you can't use your pass, you can upgrade your pass temporarily for that day if you want to go to like the Alton Towers fireworks, or you wanted to visit on a weekend where your pass is restricted. With Alton Towers Water Park, that's not included in the Merlin Annual Pass, but you can get 20% off of the Alton Towers Water Park or the Legoland Golf, that kind of thing. So it's great that you can get lots of them extra perks. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that you can also have perks outside of Merlin. Now, these include things like you get in 40% off breakdown cover for the AA, or you can get kids eat free at Hard Rock Cafe, or 20% off at service stations that are welcome breaks. So things like if you're at a welcome break service station and there's a Starbucks, you can get 20% off that. There's, again, lots of extra perks that you can get for having a Merlin Annual Pass that aren't even the Merlin company, but things outside of the Merlin company that you're getting a good discount on, and that kind of makes it worth getting an annual pass. Now, who doesn't want to go and make their day trip to a theme park into a mini short break? Well, Merlin make this so super possible by having the Merlin Holiday Club, which is something that is exclusive to silver pass holders, gold pass holders, and also platinum pass holders. Now, with the Merlin Holiday Club, you get up to 20% discount off of the Merlin hotels. So think Alton Towers hotels, the Chesterton Hotel, Thorpe Park Shark Cabins, the Legoland hotels, and also the Warwick Castle accommodation that they have. So you get up to 20% discount, which is perfect. I absolutely love the Merlin Holiday Club because it just makes them staycations so super possible, especially for us. Like, going to Alton Towers in particular, that's like a 3.5 hour to 4 hour drive from where I live. And the fact that we're able to go and stay on site just a stone throw away from the action is just amazing. Now, these hotels can be pretty expensive, they're pretty pricey. However, with the 20% discount, it does make it that little bit more affordable for us. You know, with them accommodations, you get so many great perks in themselves, and they're just beautifully themed accommodations. So we love staying on site, and the Merlin Holiday Club definitely helps with making that super accessible. So I love staying on the resorts, so definitely go and make sure that you're using that perk if you're a Merlin Annual Pass holder. Now, something that has changed since the COVID-19 pandemic is the way that you go and just visit these attractions. And before, you kind of could go and just visit the attraction. You could go, I could wake up one morning and be like, you know what, I want to go to Chesington today, and I would go drive to Chesington, scan in, and that was it. I didn't need to pre-book anything. However, since COVID, you know, time, it's changed quite significantly, and you now need to go and pre-book your tickets. So what I mean by this is you have to go onto the pre-book portal, which is on the Merlin Annual Pass website. And when you go into the pre-book portal, you can go and pre-book every single day out that you want. Now, there are limits to it. So what I mean by this is that if you have a Discovery Pass, a Silver Pass, or a Gold Pass, you're only allowed to book each attraction 3 times at a time. So for example, if I wanted to go and visit Thorpe Park for the next 3 weekends, or the next 3 Saturdays, I would go and book Thorpe Park for the next 3 Saturdays, but that's all I'd be allowed to book Thorpe Park for until I go and use one of my visits. So once I go and visit Thorpe Park on the Saturday, I would then be able to go and book another Thorpe Park trip, but I can only do a maximum of 3 at a time for each attraction. So I could have, you know, 3 for Thorpe Park going, 3 for Alton Towers going, 3 for the London Dungeons going. You can do it that way, but you can't have more than 3 per attraction. However, if you've got a Platinum Pass, you can book up to 6 times for each attraction at a time. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so pre-booking, I find it really easy. More times than not, I'm able to go and get my tickets, especially if I'm booking them in advance. But definitely go and make sure, you know, them peak periods. So for example, that Halloween week at like Scarefest and Fright Nights, they do sell out. That is the only time really that I've seen the pre-book sell out. So make sure that on them days you are booking them as well in advance as you possibly can. But other than that, pre-booking is really, really easy, really simple to do, and it's definitely worth going and doing it. Merlin have been working really hard on making it simpler. Before, you have to put in all your information again and again, which was just frustrating, whereas now you set up an account on the pre-book portal login and you're able to literally just click, oh, I want to go to Alton Towers this day, and it just does it. Like, it's nice and simple. Definitely keep your pre-book emails, and obviously to show the member of staff to check that, you know, if they are checking that day, that you have pre-booked the attraction, otherwise you won't be allowed in. So definitely worth doing that, but overall, pre-booking's really simple. Now, my pass is unfortunately coming to the very end of its life. It only has 1 week left, and I'm honestly so sad that it's come to the end of its life, but it doesn't matter, because when your pass comes to the end of its life, you can go and renew it at a renewal rate. You have 1 month from the date of expiry to go and renew your pass. So, you know, this finishes on the 15th of May. I've got a whole month to go and renew my pass, which is perfect. Your renewal rate saves you some money. So, for example, silver pass renewal is £129 per person. Gold pass renewal is £179 per person, and a platinum pass renewal is £229 a person. So you do save some money on renewing, but for me, I always renew my pass because, you know, I don't want to start again from scratch and pay the new prices. It doesn't kind of get any better than that. So the more loyal you are, you don't necessarily get more discount off of it or anything. It is the same renewal rate for every single person, but I will definitely be going and renewing my pass because this just brings me so much joy, and I can't imagine a time in my life without having a Merlin Annual Pass. But yeah, for me, a Merlin Annual Pass is just so worth it. And I know, like, I might be biased, you know, I've had a Merlin Annual Pass for all my life. Like, my childhood is Merlin Annual Pass, and this is just extended into my adult life, but I honestly love my Merlin Annual Pass. I couldn't think of a time without it, and I definitely think if you are a family who loves adventure, you love theme parks, you love going and visiting all these different tourist attractions, you love travelling, a Merlin Annual Pass is so beneficial to have, and I couldn't think of a world without it. So thank you, Merlin, for all my endless memories, and definitely go and check out the Merlin Annual Pass website. Definitely go and get yourself a pass, and hopefully one day I'll see you over in the parks, because I just love spending as much time as I can over in the Merlin theme park. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you do have any questions, do go and pop them down in the comments below, and I will go and answer them as quickly as I can, because I feel like I've kind of whizzed through this, and I've kind of like tried to explain as much as I can, and I'm not sure if I've missed anything, but if I have, go and send them questions down below and I'll go and help. The Merlin Annual Pass page also has lots of frequently asked questions there, so definitely go and check that out. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it useful. Let me know if you're going to go and get a Merlin Annual Pass. Make sure you're subscribing, because it would mean the world to me. And I will see you guys real soon with whatever adventure is coming up next. See you later. Bye, guys.